This is Jason Simpson with Hoosier Faithful. My boy Chase is going to take it over with the intro today.
Welcome everybody to Hoosier Faithful. Today we're going to talk about the stats of Indiana football on our 31-7 win at Memorial Stadium. And man, I tell you what, that first half made me a little nervous.
Yeah, I was nervous too, man. We were not playing well on offense at all. Thank God the defense kept us in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
That's really something right there. We pulled away in the second half to claim that 31-7 win, and man, our boys, what was it? Six straight games. Was it
6 straight games that we came back to win?
No. 6 straight games that we played. Now we have that bye.
Yeah, in a row. Tough games too.
Tough games.
Tough teams.
So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the total yards and what we got, which was 388 total yards, right?
Right.
The pass yards from Mendoza, 299 passing yards.
Yeah.
Rushing yards, 83. Man, that's a little different.
It is different.
That's a little different. But I'm glad on Mendoza, come in the second half. Charlie Becker had another amazing game.
And you heard it first from Hoosier Faithful, that saying, Charlie Becker.
This is going to be a good kid.
He's going to be a good kid. On special teams, he plays so hard. And every game that I watched from the beginning of the season, special teams, he played to deserve this spot. With some injuries, now we had 2 big wide receivers go out and let him move up. But hey, he took advantage of his time.
Yeah.
And showed what he could do. And he's one of those kids I think is a gamer.
Yeah.
There's some kids in practice that even when I was coaching in practice, we're just like, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they get into game time, it's game time. And they come in, they play hockey.
Well, I knew this kid was going to be good after what I seen potential out of that second game that we had. And there was a lob pass on the right side of the field, and he caught it, broke 2 tackles, ran, and still got more yards.
Right.
I saw that
after catch.
And I'm like, oh, like this kid has potential. This kid has potential. And, man, we had 19 to their 8 first downs.
Right.
And then our third down conversions, we had 7-2. They had us on the 4th down, though. Busted coverage.
Yeah.
That's how they got their 7 on busted coverage, which I don't hate. I do, but I don't. Because it was a good read. We just got fooled.
Right.
It was a good read. We just got fooled. We didn't expect the tight end to shoot up the field to get that touchdown.
Right.
Props on these guys on Wisconsin. They're a great team.
They have a ton of injuries there, man.
Yeah.
Key locations. You're starting basically their 4th string quarterback at the beginning of the season was a practice squad player.
Yeah.
If you want to,
call it that.
But,
what can you do?
Right.
Come out and play the game. And sure enough,
I feel bad for Luke Fickle, man. That guy has had the rough go at it with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Every year that he says he's been there, he's lost his starting quarterback in the beginning of the season. And you're like, what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah,
and defensively, too, they lost a bunch of players. It's just, they just got the injury bug big time.
I loved how we had a 31-yard touchdown pass from Charlie Becker.
Yeah.
On another amazing grab.
Yeah, he's a hell of a player. I think that we might have an argument over Ohio State on the best receiving core in Big Ten.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe in the country.
The only one there that I would have concern about is the Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State. He's real good. I said it. I'm a Hoosier fan through and through, but I look at potential of a football player. And this kid,
is he 6'5"?
That's a great question. And
I think he's 6'5".
Jerry.
And then the other one is Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
Tate's a great receiver too. Those 1-2 punch.
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith, he is a 6'3", 223-pound wide receiver for
That's a big boy. I mean,
sophomore.
Megatron from the old days of Detroit Lions.
He's already a sophomore, has 69 receiving yards. 69 catches, 902 yards, 10 TDs, 13.1 on average.
Right. And I don't think they've really opened up their offense at Ohio State yet. I really think that they've been sitting back, getting the win, and getting their players rest. I haven't seen them really go full tilt, which in essence is like getting a whole other off week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To resting your guys.
Yeah.
That's huge because now it's getting to be the time when everybody is sore and getting beat up after the series of games. Now, I will say this: Ohio State has had an easier schedule,
way easier
schedule than IU had this year. I'm not going to say next year is going to be rough, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Like what I like and what I spotted out the most to really see them open up a lot out of Ohio State was the game against Texas that they hardly won.
Right. I don't think Texas is that good of a football team.
No,
I really don't.
No, I don't think any of the teams that they played this year was that good of a football team.
Right.
I mean, the only team that I see on here that had potential was a good win. That's in quotation for folks. I'm being sarcastic here. Was number 7? It was the number 17 at the time, Illinois.
Right.
And
both isn't Texas and ranked now the top team, one of the top teams. I'm pretty sure, but
in the top 25, yes.
Yeah.
Out of top 10, no, I don't think. Maybe top 15.
Top 15.
I'll give them some gratitude on that.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, we have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
Couple injuries that we seen happen. Kamara, he got a little bit of a tweak, a little shoulder pain.
I mean, yeah, you could see that when he was coming off the field, his favor in his shoulder.
Yeah,
leaning down a little bit, trying to loosen it up, tightened up maybe on him.
Yeah, little stinger. Yeah. I mean, and most commonly, guys, for everyone that have actually played football at this level, very common.
Very common.
I used to give them my neck and my shoulder. I mean, lower back, I still have them to this day from, getting hit in the back a lot.
Yeah.
I was just always too fast for someone to catch me, so if I stopped, that's where
it hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm gonna let you take it away here, Dad. I'm gonna start looking up on the next subject.
Okay, on the next subject, whatever it may be, because I don't know. No, I have to say this. Fernando Mendoza, 22 for 24, 4 TDs. I think he has had 16 incompletions at home this whole year.
Yeah, that's huge.
I'm like, what? I mean, his percentage is crazy.
Crazy.
Completion percentage is crazy. Now, I don't think that people are arguing with me about this. I think Fernando should stay for another year. And the perfect example is this. Last night I was watching the football game. Los Angeles Raiders, their offensive line is brutal. Just plumb brutal. And Geno Smith's been around the league for a long time as a quarterback. He was even in Buffalo for a while, but he didn't have time to throw. And he's got really good feet. And Geno Smith can get out of situations a lot, but he didn't have time. He had less than 2 seconds sometimes to throw the ball. You want to have at least a 4-second pocket or 3-second pocket.
Yeah, definitely. You have that 4-second window to able to do anything you can do.
Yeah, there was times that less than, I bet you, a second and a half, there were people in his face.
Wow.
So that's why I say what I say. Is Fernando Mendoza is an amazing quarterback, an amazing person, amazing kid, young man, but he should stay for another year, get another year of development here, then go to the pros, hopefully get on a team that he can sit back and learn how to be a pro. Because, people that know football, you go from high school, goes for a big step to college.
Yeah,
From
definitely.
college, you go to a 2 times of a step in pros.
Yeah.
It's so much faster. The whole game is fast then.
Yeah.
Because every player on the field, defensive player, is elite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They really are elite. And the coordinators at the pro level too. I mean, we have good coordinators here at IU, but what I'm saying is that the coordinators at the next level will find the tiniest, littlest flaw that you have
Uh-huh.
and exploit it.
Yeah.
So if you stay for another year and learn, under Coach Signetti has been proven, and Mike Shanahan have been proven people to teach quarterbacks how to be a great quarterback. Philip Rivers. Go on down the line. Curtis Rourke.
Yeah.
Go on down the line.
Yeah, we've always had great QBs come through here. Just never stay, because back then our line was
not very good. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the history now, how many of our starters are our backups from years past, our starters other places and doing a great job.
Yeah.
Really, it just amazes me that we have always recruited very good quarterbacks, I think.
Always. And also with this transfer portal too, if he does stay, I can tell you that there's something in the air, everybody. Indiana has made themselves on a map. I feel like that we're going to have a lot of good line, good wide receivers, good running backs come to Indiana just for the purpose that they see the movement that we are about.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. Our key to that, to me, is keeping the coordinators home.
Yeah, that is the key.
We gotta keep the coordinators here, because if you look in our past history, I hate doing that in our past, but we had some amazing coordinators come through here that we lost to other teams. God, we have 2 of them that are coaching at Alabama right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have a former head coach that's the defensive coordinator at Clemson, and former at Penn State.
Yeah.
We've had a core of a lot of good coordinators come through. The problem always has been money.
Uh-huh.
Now that can't be an excuse anymore.
No.
Because people have to realize how much money per game that we're getting now that we're filling the stands.
Yeah.
In the community, not only in our stands, but the community as a whole in Bloomington.
Just an alum.
Just the alum, the community as a whole, how much money we have. We have people were talking about online about, oh, you only have one person that's a true IU person. That's Mark Cuban. I'm like, what? We have we have the Simons, Eli Lilly. We have the Irsay's. Well, she's married to a man now. Has so it's hyphenated, but we have Carl Cook. Cook Incorporated. We have John Mellencamp. We have 5 multi-millionaires and billionaires right there.
Yeah.
That's not including some of the big ones. Some of the donors that you don't know about.
Yeah.
And we Chase and I know some of those donors.
Yeah, very well, actually.
Very well, that are very well off in their life. And they'll be nameless to you all, but we know them, and that are huge donors to the program, not only football, basketball, and men's and women's basketball. just they don't have. I mean, we have a huge core, the highest alumni base in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, we could almost raise $1 million if every person put $1 in.
Yeah.
For just for the alumni.
Like
$1 million is not that. Well, I'm part of this now, but
yeah, I don't got $1 spare. Anyhow, if you guys didn't notice, on Saturday was pretty big for IU.
right.
It wasn't just another win. It was the longest home streak
In the country.
Not only that,
home, yeah.
we had 100 recruits.
Yeah, 100 recruits
Watch us Wednesday.
There was times in the past that we've seen this because the stands usually were empty, and we would have like 10 recruits sitting behind the bench.
Yeah.
10 and 3 stars and maybe a 4-star and below.
Yeah.
But now we have 100 recruits coming in. We have 5 stars visiting, several 4 stars visiting, several elite 3 stars visiting.
Yeah.
And this is just adding to what we're going to be in the future.
So I have it right here.
Yeah.
We have 24 commits in total.
Right.
Other commits, we have 22. We have 0 5-stars that have committed yet. They're weighing out their options. We have 4 4-stars that committed. 19 3-stars committed.
We got to be one of the top in the country then for recruiting, which would be amazing.
There's this one kid his name is Gabe Hill. He's a defensive tackle out of Naperville, Illinois. I've been watching film on him. He is a beast. He is 6'2", 270 pounds, a 4-star. His grade, if you guys go by grades, 81.
Wow. That's
81.
That's amazing.
That doesn't even come down to other ones. We have a defensive tackle from Bradenton, Florida, from IMG Academy.
Bradenton?
Yeah.
We have family there.
Yeah. 6'1", 315 pounds, 81 grade status.
Right.
Guess what, guys? We have another one, defensive end from Sarasota, Florida. 6'2", 225 stars, 80 grade percentage. Guys, this is going down. I'm not messing with you. We even have an Indiana native from Columbus, Indiana that goes to Columbus North High School. I probably played this kid.
No, he was on Utah.
Oh yeah, he's
40 years.
Wow, yeah, I'm old.
So how old you are?
Yeah, seriously, tight end. 6'5", 220 pounds, 3-star out of Columbus, Indiana.
Yeah, and with him, he's a projected 3-star, but he could be projected higher. He got injured.
Did he?
Yeah, he got injured, so he sat out for a year. So, not this year, but the year previous. I mean, so he might get rated higher when he, gets here,
right,
and learns. He might get a higher grade later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'm very interested to see where this is going to bring us. One thing at a time.
We have 27 recruits, I think, that will get the 5 stars coming in.
Yeah,
4 stars.
I mean,
especially if we finish off great this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here looking at considering. I'm looking at, all these other things, the offers that we've put out, all that, and guys, let me tell you, we have a lot of good things coming our way, and you just smell it in the air.
Yeah,
and out of anything though is that we have 2 commits that are in the 300 on ESPN. Out of the 300, so the 300
top
is
300 in the country.
Top 300 in the country.
Yeah.
And they're wanting to come to IU.
That's just amazing.
Guys, this is a movement that we've been waiting for years, especially for my father, my grandfather, grandmother, and all the people I hang out with at a tailgate. I hang out with a bunch of old heads, yes. But this is how I got to learn to love the sport of football. And also for IU, Because, man, that old IU, I love how Coach said it, this team has never played here.
Yeah, that was
I
amazing.
love that.
Comment.
I love that.
Yeah. At Penn State, that's the state. What he said in an interview at Penn State.
Like, man, whenever you hear something like that out of a coach, that just throws a different spot in your head. Like, wow, he is right. He is right, and I like that because now whenever he goes to see Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game, this team's never played you.
Right.
This team has never played y'all.
Yeah, this team.
Well, a lot of them did, but
yeah, but still,
not this one.
Not this one.
Not this one. If you guys can't hear it,
knocking the wall.
Not this one. And I'm psyched. You know, I can't wait to see what this is going to be enabled for IU, and we just got to be, you know, there. We got to be ready to go, and we have a lot of banged up guys right now, which a lot of them I'm kind of happy about. Elijah Surratt, everybody, the wait is over. He is going to play. Watch, this is, you know, in front. He is going to play against Purdue.
You really think he's going to play?
It's been, I mean, look it up. He
I
said
didn't look it up.
he is projected to play against Purdue. And I think this is what it is with Elijah, that they're going to do Elijah and Becker and EJ. Okay?
And Coop.
And Coop?
You could have 4 wide.
Well,
imagine those 4 players.
Oh, my gosh.
Imagine those 4 players on the matchup nightmare that would be for a defense.
That would be a matchup.
For Ohio State.
That would be a nightmare.
That would be a nightmare. One thing I was thinking about, just thinking about this, I think it was yesterday, was what if we put 2 backers in the backfield? Then you had Surratt, Coop, and EJ Williams or Becker on the wide receiver slot, and you could have Hemby come out of the backfield for a pass and motion, or whatever. I mean, I was just thinking about that randomly because Ohio State had trouble with that.
Yeah, they did. They had some trouble with Rutgers, believe it or not. Even though I was like, oh, this game's pretty much over.
Yeah.
But they had some trouble with Rutgers because they do a lot of that misfits,
yeah,
and whatnot.
That's what the film I was looking at.
And yeah, they had a little bit of trouble, you know, scouting that. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about at 8:30 tonight is another big one for IU. Hopefully we keep that position.
Number 2.
Man, what's your thoughts?
I'm really nervous because, for one, they changed over the head of the college football, the chairman.
Yeah.
The other chairman had to leave for some unknown reason. It happened at his university, so I don't know what's going on there. But it's probably not good. But I'm worried that they're going to move Texas A&M up. Until the IU Ohio State game. But then I'm worried about whatever team loses, Ohio State or IU. Hopefully IU wins because I don't like Ohio State, but whoever loses might get knocked down to 5, which is wrong because it's 1 versus 2 right now.
Right.
But if they're being typical SEC biased, they would move Indiana to 3 this week. You know, we play against Purdue. Then we go to the Big Ten championship because they have us at 3 still. You get me?
Yeah.
And then Texas A&M wins out, and they would put that would put us to 5. The only good thing about that is that we play at home. That wouldn't be a bad deal.
No, it wouldn't be a bad deal.
But I'm legitimately just worried. Now we can't look past Purdue. I mean, we'll have more on that next week, or maybe Thursday. I don't know. After we hear what Coach Sig has to say tomorrow night for the coaches show, but yeah.
Well, see, this is what confuses me, right? Is that Ohio State and Indiana are both undefeated right now.
Right.
And we both have better wins. Well, IU has better wins than Ohio State.
Yeah.
So if somehow that there has to be a major loss on the SEC side.
Well, we had one this past weekend with Alabama losing.
Right. But I'm talking about what would that put us at? Because if so happens to be that Indiana wins against Ohio State, they would still put them at 3 or 4.
They would still put Indiana at 3 or 4?
No, they would put Ohio State at 3 or 4.
So Ohio State loses to Michigan. They haven't won there in 4. You haven't won against them for 4 years.
Right.
So what do you do then?
Well, if they lose to Michigan State,
For Michigan.
Michigan, then it's going to be whoever won the most in the Big Ten with that loss. So the USC would be the next one up. Did Michigan beat USC?
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, it's going to be whoever. It's going to be majority.
Oregon, and then you have Michigan, right?
Yeah. But it's going to be because if we have to go back and play Oregon again after winning against Oregon, I thought that would already knock them out. But then again, that kind of happened with Ohio State and Michigan that one year.
Last year. Yeah, Ohio State got knocked out. The Big Ten championship game.
Right. So, I don't know. But, like you said, yeah, that kind of worries me a little bit that, the SEC bias is going to figure out a way where they can knock us out and give us, will not have that first round bye. I see here, Ohio State will be heavy favorites against Rutgers, but another loss to Michigan could keep Ohio State out of the Big Ten championship. A loss to the Wolverines would open the door for either Oregon, USC, or Michigan to make the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, because Michigan and Oregon and USC are all 6-1. USC is 8-2. Oregon is 9-1. Michigan is 8-2. Iowa is 4-3 now. So that's the crazy thing is that Washington is 7-3. And Illinois is 7-3. Nebraska is 7-3. The end of this season is going to be interesting to see, not just for the Big Ten as in championship game, but what bowl games that the Big Ten gets in. And will we beat the SEC again this year?
So here it says, ESPN's playoff predictor says losing the Big Ten championship would not severely hurt Indiana or Ohio State, as both have greater than 93% chance at first round bye if they go 12-1 with a loss in the conference championship.
Right.
Now there's that There's still that 8%, 7% that changes. That's a pretty low. That's a pretty low percentage.
Really low percentage, yeah.
But that's what I was saying before. This game to us means more than it would Ohio State. Ohio State already, quotations, has their deal. We, however, want to beat Ohio State just to say we beat them and to break that. Because, hey, we're already breaking stuff from 30 years ago. It's time to break something again. Okay. I want to see that, which, again, that's going to be a huge game for Big Ten, period, and just in NCAA football, period, is Indiana and Ohio State going at each other.
Right.
So that's my take on it. I heard the other day them criticizing us again on the Penn State win. The SEC.
Yeah.
And I was laughing at them because Texas A&M had to have their state trooper bump into Carolina to curse them from losing that game. I'm just saying. I see where he got relieved. It was very unprofessional of that state trooper. I'm not taking the state trooper's side.
Right.
For the people that can't take a joke.
Right.
Anyhow, they're saying that coming back in that second half was a big win when you're ranked number 3 in the nation, going against a 3-5 or 3-6 South Carolina.
Yeah.
They call that a big win in the SEC.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bias. It's been going on forever.
Oh, that it's just fueling my fire because you're about to have another one of these uproars in a minute. So, okay, so if you're calling that a big win, right? And you guys are going through this, what you guys call a gauntlet. All right, how about this? What happened last year? You guys only won one game against the Big Ten. Every single game. You guys beat Michigan won a game against South Carolina. A bad Michigan team won against South Carolina. South Carolina had a winning schedule, over 500. Winning schedule. And you guys are telling me that, this game against Penn State and Indiana was not a hard game to play? All right, how about you take an SEC team? Pick any one you want. Go play at Penn State. Go play at the Beaver Stadium. I can give you probably a 95% chance that you guys aren't going to walk out of there alive. Penn State, a bad Penn State team can go an SEC team right now and win that game.
Yeah.
I hate these little SEC bias that don't know a major lick of football and they just only want to ride Alabama.
Are you talking about Paul Via?
No, I'm not talking about AM FM. Okay? Okay? I'm not talking about him. All right? That dude can listen to his own thoughts, okay? The dude can literally whisper in his own ear and figure out what he's saying. You start talking crap about him, I bet you can hear me right now from whatever the hell state he's at right now. Okay? He can hear it. That's how big his ears are. All right? Don't get me started.
You come up with some great one-liners. Wow. Okay.
Anyhow,
composer.
These SEC bias, I really want to question if they know a major league of football in the Big Ten. I want one of them to come in and just watch Big Ten football for a straight year. And I want them to pick out what they've seen that is a lot different in the Big Ten than it is in the SEC. Kids nowadays don't want to go to the SEC. They only go there because their mama and their granny told them to. They come to play Big Ten football where men come out of. Okay? Granted, there's a lot of big boys that came out of the SEC, and I played real well.
Right.
Real well. But you tell me the percentages, okay? Starting from last year, what happened?
The Big Ten won all the big bowl games.
All the big bowl games, and there was one loss out of the Big Ten, which was a hard-fought, battled game, right? You can't sit here and tell me that because you're an SEC bias that you understand football and you understand why they lost that game. I want you to go through it. I guys want you to write down notes, and I want you to hand it to me. Then we can talk about it.
Right.
Because I bet you I don't need notes. I don't need a piece of paper to sit here and tell me anything. I'm telling you that a real someone that understands football out of the SEC, come and talk to me. Come and talk to me. Because if you're so biased on the SEC coming and win against a Big Ten team, right? Y'all even struggle with ACC teams. Miami. Y'all want to come in here and talk smack about the Big Ten because you have no one else to talk smack about. Yeah, it's fun being on top. It is fun being on top because the Big Ten is on top.
Yeah.
SEC is still on the bottom. They're still being those bottom feeders they are. I want you all to come and talk to me about true football because they cannot. They can't. Okay, you can be an alum at Alabama and give them a lot of money. Come be alum in Big Ten. Come visit the Big Ten and come watch the Big Ten.
Right.
It's going to change your whole aspect. You guys are saying that we have cupcake schedules?
Every Big Ten team's good.
Every Big Ten team's good. Look at it. Y'all are ranked because y'all beat each other on some miserable games.
Right. Some
miserable nights. We beat the teams that we beat was because it was a hard-fought, battled game. Right. There isn't a Big Ten game that I haven't seen so far that hasn't been a hard-fought, battled game, especially the ones that have a losing record.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Iowa, Washington, Minnesota, Illinois, Nebraska, those middle of the pack teams. All those teams, Michigan, will include them too. They're 7-3 teams or 6-4 teams. It's just they're good.
And that goes back to my other argument too. If Penn State would have beat us that day,
we would have knocked out of the.
We would have been knocked out of the top 10.
Yeah.
And then they would have got up to the top 25.
Right.
Just for beating us. That is the reason why they were fighting us so hard. Because we were their final hope to get somewhere.
Right.
Okay?
To a bowl game.
To a bowl game.
Yeah.
Just to get to a bowl game. Like, people don't understand this crap. Right? Now, South Carolina going against Texas A&M. Whenever South Carolina was making Texas A&M look dumb, they were making them look dumb. And you're telling me that you were not scoring that first half. Your team looked miserable. Then you come around and get your heads out your ass and you finally started winning a game.
Right. Yeah, one thing you have to look at, Penn State has to win their next 2 games to be bowl eligible.
Yeah.
So it'd be 6-6.
Right.
And Rutgers is 5-5, so if they win one more game, they're bowl eligible. Northwestern will be bowl eligible if they win one more game. And Minnesota's 6-4 and Iowa's 6-4. They're both going to bowl. Nebraska, Illinois, Washington, and Michigan are already going to a bowl. I just don't understand the bias. I really don't. But we should start swinging back to the podcast, Hoosier Faithful now, because we're going off script a little bit here. You want to talk about, what do you want to talk about now?
I want to talk about this win over Wisconsin. What your thoughts about it? What could be done better?
Yeah, I really think our offensive line. We've had some injuries to the right side of the line. Mm-hmm. We really need to get these boys on the right side of the line healthy. Benson's dealing with an ankle, leg, something going on there. He went off again last game. But still, you got to look at this too, is that we led in the time of possession, 33 minutes, 58 seconds. We were 7-12 on third down, 1-10 in first down. But, it's just, our team stats, our running game was really, really good. Hold on a minute here. I got sidetracked. I'm trying to get this up because my computer just freaked out. So we had rushing attempts. We had 37 rushing attempts. For rushing yards at 83. And then, so we weren't getting those big lines going for that. But our passing game, Fernando Mendoza was, like I said, 22 for 24 of 4 TDs. Our defense, they got another turnover that turned into points. I should have looked that up before today. I usually do, and I done forgot it. But we're in the 70s, maybe low 80s on points off turnovers this year, which is outrageous. But
right.
Wisconsin, of course, they had the interception thrown and fumble loss, and I believe we got points off both of those turnovers. So our defense has just been playing really well, and we have several defensive players right now that are out that are starters, and people are subbing in those positions. Even when Aiden Fisher was out, we had a good linebacker play still.
Bones Jones.
So, yeah,
it truly shows the depth of Indiana, how it's
something
going.
that we've never had at Indiana is depth. And it amazes me that how much depth we have now. We're getting kind of slim in some positions. I'll say, yeah, that's a fact. This week we had a defensive lineman that doesn't really get sacks. Ratcliffe had a big sack in this game. So it's always somebody else stepping up.
Yep.
The next guy up steps up and plays well. So, yeah, I mean, everybody's banged up a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. Or we had this, so of course we had Surratt. Mendoza, I think, was a little bit beat up in the last game. He even had a black eye. And, it's just that time of year after hard fought games, six games in a row, and every one of those games have been physical.
Yeah. They have, and I think this rest is going to mean a lot.
Right.
They definitely need it. They've been banged up pretty good.
Yeah, we only held them to 32 rushing yards, and also I wanted to say, that linebacker we were talking about, the true freshman had 12 tackles in the game, 5 solo. And Peterson had 2.5 sacks. So yeah, but like we said in our podcast before this game was just that, But I'm trying to look up team stats right now for the total amount.
Freshman linebacker. Do you know
What his name is?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at it.
Posa.
Oh.
Posa had 12 tackles, and Peterson had 2.5 sacks.
That's on the Wisconsin side.
Right.
Wow. Bosa from Nebraska. Not Nebraska, but Wisconsin.
Posa?
Posa?
Yeah.
I want him.
Do you want him to come here?
I want him.
Why? He wanted to come to IU for our next linebacker. If you're listening to this, we would like you to commit to Indiana free. The free agent market.
The development of that kid really just shows me a lot. He 12 tackles in a football game, that's pretty big.
Right.
I see a lot of good development out of him, potential. Seeing what he can do, I think he has more in him. And just finding, he found a lot of different ways to get through our line.
Yeah, he did.
And that's hard. That's hard to do. That's something that Oregon struggled with. That's something with Iowa that struggled with. Penn State didn't really struggle with it just because of their defense.
Yeah.
But props on him. Come to Indiana. I want him. I'm looking at this, Dad. Wow. We got class of 2026 commits. Cash Hernandez. Wow. Jaron Campbell. Hey, we have a Samuel Simpson.
Samuel Simpson out of Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good name.
Yeah, it's a good name.
If he does good, he might have someone wearing a jersey.
He might have a couple wearing his jersey in the stands.
Yeah. Just a couple.
Yeah.
I'm really I know I'm jumping a little ahead of myself here. I'm really stoked to see what next year's gonna bring us.
I know, I'm thinking that too. Next year the schedule. Do you look up the schedule?
I've seen it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough, but I'm not worried about next year. I'm worried about this year, but yeah, but it is. Oh, it's going to be a tough one next year.
Yeah, tough one next year. Now, Indiana, look, all the Hoosier fans out there, you got to realize this. Okay, we are losing a lot of our players this year, so expect a little of a wonky season next year. It's going to take time and development. If these kids come out with a good bang, we might have another opportunity.
Right.
But, however, we just have to expect this. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of development, a lot of practices. I have a lot of faith in our coaching staff, and our head coach, Kurt. I'm talking to him like I know him. But there's going to be a lot of development. That's going to be made, and these kids have the potential to come out with this bang. But Dad, we have about 29 minutes left, and we pretty much covered a lot of our stuff.
Yeah, I was going through tickets. I was thinking tickets in my head because the Big Ten championship game tickets, since I looked at them 3 weeks ago, now for just a ticket, like a general ticket, is $600 and some on top, like nosebleed for one ticket. I'm like, wow, wow. The best thing that could happen is Michigan beating Ohio State and they dump their tickets.
I shit you not, Dad. I was talking to a Michigan fan last night.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing my normal scrolling through, TikTok and whatnot, get some, try to get some shut eye. I see this guy on live. He's a Michigan fan, right? He has been. He's been. He comes to every single game. Here in Bloomington. He lives about 45 minutes away from here. Great guy. He was talking about it, and I'm like, man, y'all better beat Ohio State. He goes, why? I say, these tickets are getting fucking, sorry, effing expensive.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, every single time I've came to Indiana, y'all been pretty respectful and, great group of fans. You guys have a couple of those odd bunches out. And I was like, yeah, those are most of the college kids. They get hammered by 8. They'll stay out there all night camping.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know about you, though. Y'all better beat Ohio State. And I was like, man, we're gonna try.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like that because, we both, between Indiana and Michigan, we both have one known hated team.
Common hated team. And that was another thing about Penn State that people are like, well, why are you, so hyped up on that win? We have never won there.
Yeah, we never won at
We never won at Penn State. Yeah, so we're pumped up about it. Yeah, we don't care what their record is. Yeah, I mean, could care less. Could care less what record is. They always play us hard. We always play them hard. I'm trying to look up here for the team stats and I can't find it now, but that doesn't matter, I guess. Points off turnovers. But yeah, I mean it was a big game.
Yeah, great game.
So
this is a thing that you said this morning you really didn't want to talk about, but like I said, we covered a lot of our bases.
Right.
How about we give these people like a comment, like what do we think and what do we want to see versus Purdue? Not this weekend, but next weekend, because we're on a bye.
We're on an off week this week.
What development do you want to see out of Indiana going into Purdue next week?
What development? I want to see our offensive line play better.
I want to see us start scoring at the first quarter. I don't know if you noticed it, Dad. I was a little upset on the first half with Indiana.
Yeah.
Because we cannot, since we're talking about these bigger games now,
right?
We cannot let that happen in the first half.
Yeah.
Ever. Because we're starting to come into the bigger competition coming up soon.
Yeah, we can't have big mistakes in the first half.
I say personally, let those boys go out there. First quarter, let's get some, comfortable points on the board. Wherever's comfortable to Kurt.
Coach
Sig. And put our second string out there, pull our first, let them rest, and get ready for this Ohio State game.
Yeah.
Because if we win this game, right? Because if we win against Purdue and then we have another week to rest up, right? Is that how that goes?
I don't know. I think that is a back-to-back.
Is it a back-to-back? Here.
Well, we have Purdue, then we go to the conference championship game, don't we?
But that wouldn't be the next weekend after that, though, wouldn't it?
I'll have to look it up. I don't know.
Okay, so
It's December 6th.
So December 6th from the 28th, yeah, it would be that next week.
Right?
It would be that next week. Okay. Anyhow, if let's pull our first string after we get some comfortable points on the board. Relax them a little bit. Get our secondaries warmed up. Let them do what they got to do, unless Purdue has a wild hair. Start coming up on us. But at least still make a statement, but pull our first string. Let them rest up for that next week game. Like I said before, Purdue, although they're running 2-6 right now, 2-7, 2-6.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. I'll get it right
You're
here.
looking it up.
Yeah, I got it right here already. I was looking at it earlier.
I want to see. Well, I think I don't want to get too much into Purdue because I want to do that Thursday or even next week. But I really want to see some of the younger players get some playing time and get some Kobe Martin.
Mm-hmm.
That kid is special. He's a special running back, and I'd like to get him some game time, and just so he can learn some of the minor things you have to learn as a running back.
Yeah.
I.e. blocking.
Yeah.
He has to learn how to block in the backfield.
Yeah.
He has to learn the blitz packages coming at him.
Yeah.
Just to protect his quarterback. Learn a quick passing game to him. Learn the running lanes where your offensive linemen are moving to. Just the little things for the reading. Because he's really a good running back.
Yeah.
I really like him. I just want him to get some more time.
Yeah.
And some of the other younger players in the roster, I really would like to see get some game time. We show about some things that we've showed.
I want to see Alberto. I want to see even put Tyler Cherry out there.
He can't.
He can't.
He's out. He's out this whole year.
He get hurt.
He got hurt last year at the end of the year in practice for scout team practice.
Oh.
When we're in the playoffs.
Oh. Well,
but yeah.
I want to see some of these. I want to see second team, Bamba or Boy Bamba get out there, get him a little bit more playing time. As they've been putting him on special teams and they put him on other stuff, blocking, for run block and stuff like that. But I want to see him get out there. I want to see, some our freshman Baylor Wilkin. I want him to get out there and get some playing. I just want some of these team, some of this team, get some of these guys some playing time.
Right.
They look as much as everybody.
Johnny, Johnny came in and played the last game for us. So, yeah, he's a freshman.
Yeah.
In Indianapolis. He's a really good lineman, but he needs to learn more. But you're right. There's some players in there. Some players you can't play
because of the
red shirt status will lose the red shirt status. But
so how would that work if you played a game? Because you can only play a total of what, 3 or 4 games?
You only can play up to 4. After 4 games, if you're on the roster as a starter, like in the roster, you only can play 4 games, and then you can't play for the rest of the year for your redshirt status.
Well, we're only running up on 1 regular season game left with it.
Yeah, but if they took the redshirt status and they played 3 games or 4 games in the beginning of the season, or played 3 games in the beginning of the season.
Okay, I'm following.
Then there's 4. You don't want to have anybody lose their redshirt status.
Right.
So they can develop and become bigger,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to. But like we're saying though, like have some of these kids that haven't really got a chance to play because of the depth.
There was, I have the privilege of having some of these guys. I drive part time on the side for a company, a app share company, put it like that. And so I get a lot of the players in there, and I get to talk to them. I'm not going to mention any names on here, but they have all been very good kids, very polite kids, and I sometimes I pick on them like I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
and then I know who they are. Like when I was taking these 3-4 guys over to a special teams practice, and I know one of them for sure. I know who he was, but I just let him play his game.
Yeah.
Saying he goes, all the fraternities going over here first. I go, yeah, I know who they are, but I'm not a starstruck guy. I had the privilege of meeting a lot of people that have done well for themselves, and it's just not who I am. But anyway, yeah, I would like to see a lot of these younger players come play. Some of the sophomores, juniors that aren't starting right now, even seniors that aren't starting, and get some time in to get some time in.
Yeah.
I mean, if some of these kids, especially seniors that haven't started at all, and this is their last year.
Yeah.
This is the last year that they're ever gonna put a ball in their hands for the rest of their life. A lot of them.
Yeah.
I really would like to see them play and get some time in.
Yeah, definitely. These guys, it's gonna mean a lot to them, coming this far. And I'm one of those people that give opportunities to ones who haven't had it.
Right.
And going to this Big Ten championship game or even just Purdue game, it might have been an opportunity they haven't had yet. And I can tell you that one changed mind can blow up a big portion of what could lead more in their life in football.
Right.
And just that one good play could set them to be a really good football player. So
I always said that when I was even coaching. I would always say, I want to teach you how to be a man.
Yeah.
First. Then coach you about the sports I'm coaching you.
Yeah.
Because if I can do that, then I've succeeded in what my goal is for them. And I think that we do that really well.
Yeah.
Our coaching staff is doing that well now.
Like,
and they did in the past too.
Yeah, these men, calling them men now because they definitely deserve it.
Yeah.
These men, they definitely have proved out to us as Hoosier fans, that they definitely deserve everything that is coming. And I'm praying for the best for all of them.
Right.
And I'm really hoping and praying that they get some time up on the field in West Lafayette and then at Indianapolis, which I am.
If you look at the scholarship chart.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
You have it up?
Yeah.
Oh, you found it? The one I had in the bookmark for you?
It's the same thing.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
Dad. I'm messing
Well,
with
I'm saying there's 26 seniors right now,
Yeah.
and redshirt seniors too. So, and some are going to be done after this year. I just would like to see them, the guys that aren't starting, get some time in.
Yeah.
I really would like to see that because those guys that are on the scout team, I call them scout team players. People have different names for them, but those players that go in and beat each other up against number ones every day
Yeah.
of every week for a whole season deserve to have some playing time to say I was on the field.
Yeah.
It's something I believe in.
It will psych them out too. Like, holy crap, I'm on this football field.
Yeah.
Woo! Because I was one of those guys.
Yeah.
But also, if people do know who I am, personally, You guys know I'm a squirrel. I'm
Squirrel.
ADHD. I'm unmedicated ADHD all the way through.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, okay. So we've been on this for an hour. I want to thank everybody who's been here to
Why
watching
are you
this.
so awkward?
Because I've always been like this. Thank you for everybody for coming and watching us. Like and share on there, please, on YouTube and Facebook. Add comments if you'd like. I really like to get some more people viewing our station, but we bring some good football. We could bring some good other stuff come into the show. Sometimes you might even hear us talk about hockey. Like and share, people, and thank you for joining us. Have a great day. We'll see you Thursday at 11.